Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today I'm going to be opening up a package, and it was sent to me from a fellow Intellivision fan. Now, he reached out to me through Facebook and asked me, well, he introduced himself. He said that he likes watching my show and that he's a huge Intellivision fan, and that he had a bunch of extra games. He was just looking to get rid of them and asked if I would like to have any of them. So sure enough, I checked out the picture he sent me, and I found a couple. I mean, it's hard. It's getting harder for me to find games I don't have. I mean, they're still out there. I mean, there's a lot of games out there. I mean, some of the rare ones, but I mean, most of the time, people have a lot of the commons, and the Intellivision didn't have an overly big library. So once you do get a lot of your favorites, it is hard to come by some that you don't already have. And so I noticed there was a bunch in there, and I was like, oh, well, these ones I don't have. And so he's like, heck, I'll send them to you for free. And so that was really cool. And so his name is Matthew Ciselka. I probably screwed up your name. I'm terrible with names. I've probably said this before. But yeah, he decided to send it to me. Originally, he was like, I'll send you the games. You just pay for the shipping. I'm like, hey, why not? The games, probably if I were to buy these on eBay, would cost me an arm and a leg anyway. So, I can afford the shipping. But then after he went to the post office and he found out how cheap it was to actually ship it, he's like, forget it. Just, enjoy the games. So, really cool of him to do that. So, I just got the package in the mail, and so I'm going to check it out. I believe there's 3 games in here. So, I got my my trusty stainless steel video game box opening knife. I'm gonna approach this without cutting myself. That's the plan. Try not to cut myself. Yeah, I haven't opened it yet. I'm saving it for this moment. Jam the knife in there. Nicely packed. I like when people pack things properly. I think everybody's the same way, When you don't pack things properly, and you know how the mailbox or the mail people could be a little bit rough with your parcels. They put it through those machines. They got the people who are going to pat them down looking for drugs or whatever, especially when they're coming overseas. So you got to be careful with stuff like this. I mean, sometimes it's best to pack it as tight as you can, put some bubble wrap in there or whatever you can do to make sure. So the first one, I just pulled it out now, Slapshot. Super Pro Hockey. This is cool because I don't have any hockey games. I don't even have the original NHL hockey game on the Intellivision. And I looked this one up, and apparently it's kind of like a redo, sort of the original hockey. A little bit of enhancements. And from what I've read, this one allows you to play one player. Whereas the other one was primarily a 2-player game. Now that's the problem with a lot of the Intellivision games. Actually, a lot of the older systems were like that with their sports titles and their 2-player games. Like even with the Atari, with Combat and stuff like that. Most of the games, if they were 2-player, they were only 2-player. And I remember having a lot of those games on my Intellivision, like boxing. I love boxing, but you have to have a second player. Otherwise, the opponent just sits there and you just box him, and he just falls over. So I mean, that's not fun, right? There's no computer AI, unfortunately. So apparently, with this one, which was a little bit of a later release, and you could usually tell that by that white label. A lot of the Intellivision games had colored labels. So during the end, the near the end, they started going with these like white labels. So that's cool. I don't know if I scratched the label there. I don't think I did. But let's move on to the next one. It's packed in there. Oh, looks like maybe the label fell off on that one. Let's see if it's in there. Yeah. So, looks like the labels fell off, but I think I know maybe this was with... Now this is Happy Trails. Apparently... This game, again, this is Activision. It says it right there in the title, Activision. So, it's going to be a pretty decent title. I like the look of the cartridge. I like how they kind of kept their Activision kind of look to it, like some of the Activision games. And they made it look a little bit different. If I were to compare that, say, with the Intellivision's typical cartridges, even says Activision on the back there. I don't know if you can see that, but it says it. Do I have it up? No, I don't have it upside down. There you go. So, I mean, I like the way they've changed the cartridges. I don't have a whole lot. I mean, I have this one here, which I got from another donation, Stampede, and this is also Activision. And I have Pitfall. I don't think I have any other titles for like actual Activision on the Intellivision, so it's pretty cool. I hear that this is a very similar game to another Intellivision game called Locomotion, which I do have. I believe I have it in the corner there, but I don't think I've spent a lot of time playing it. So I'd definitely like to check it out. Maybe I'll do like a comparison video, see how the two games are similar. And the other one, which he said I should, he'd like to see me kind of do a video on, or talk about it at least, is the Dreadnought Factor. Now, this is a space game. Insert to the line, yeah. So I'm going to glue these labels back on. I don't know if the labels got mixed up, so maybe this might be the other game, and the other game might be this game, and whatever. So I'll try them out, and I'll put the labels on the correct one, so I don't get mixed up. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to tell the difference, though, because this is definitely a space game. And I read a little bit about this, and some people were saying, you know, if you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to love this game. There isn't a whole lot of Star Wars stuff on the Intellivision. I know there's The Empire Strikes Back, and then there's games like Space Battle, and like there's a few games that are Star Wars style games, but they're not branded Star Wars. Like they took the idea of Star Wars and just kind of worked around it. So this is probably one of them. So it's going to be, you know, it's a space style game. I'm going to definitely check that one out. But it's cool. I mean, I don't know how many games were released from Activision onto the Intellivision, but it's cool to get these kinds of games and be able to compare them with some of the other, you know, more original Intellivision style games. So I'm going to have a whole lot of fun with this. So that's pretty cool. I mean, he just hit me up out of nowhere and just said I'd like to send these to you. And again, he's a huge Intellivision fan, which so am I. So I'm going to have a whole lot of fun with these, and I'm going to definitely make some videos out of them. I'm dying to try out this Slapshot because I've never played well, I don't think I've never played a hockey game. Maybe when I was a kid. Maybe on my cousin's Intellivision or something. But I've never owned a hockey game. I don't think I have anyways. So it'll be a lot of fun. On the Intellivision, that is. And these two will definitely be something I'm going to take a good close look at. And, you know, decide what kind of videos would fit for those titles. I'd like to thank Matthew again for sending these out. It was really awesome of him. I'm always welcome to show donations. And, you know, the thing about show donations is it just gives me something to work with. It gives me some extra content that I probably would have never picked up or never thought of. You know, I never even heard of these games until he sent me that picture. And now I'm like, oh, I didn't even know what those are. And so, you know, it just helps. It adds to the show. It adds to the content. And it just gives me more to test out, play, and have fun with. So I'm always grateful for everybody who sends in anything to this show. It's always appreciated. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope I can get some stuff going on very soon. I've got a bunch of other ideas coming up too. I've got a bunch of other videos on the go. Hopefully some more live chats, a lot more other things happening. So hopefully I can get this up soon. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe to my channel. Talk to you later.